I want to discuss this great blog post on the Pro Male Collective, Rise of Homophobia in the West, the backlash is coming. And I want to point out how homophobia is strictly about gay men. That's a fact. And how gay men are used as fodder for the LGBT, the misandrist LGBT, and they're put out, hung out to dry. And how right-wingers, cowardly right-wingers, are little bitches to women and attack gay men when misandry comes around, okay? So let's get into this great blog post, right? Now, I wish there was a legitimate pushback against the LGBT, that the right attacked them for being intersectional feminist. But right-wingers have bad political understanding, are not even aware of what intersectional feminist is. This is why right-wingers will never make good allies. You can't work with morons. Where's that? You can't work with morons, right? When the right do attack feminists, they do not even call them feminists most of the time, but woke or liberals or even communists. Yeah, that's cowardly, stupid right-wingers. They always take it. There's a lot of crap that feminists do to harm men and reduce their rights, and the right barely ever calls them out. Right-wingers ignore 99% of what feminists do and instead attack the LGBT for being gay. Exactly. That's why they're after Mulvaney. By the way, Dylan Mulvaney didn't do anything but get hired. Where is she? Where is she? This is the person who destroyed Bud Light. This is the person, this feminist female born woman. And who gets attacked, right? Dylan Mulvaney, right? Intersectional feminism, is the mainstream faction of feminism, and thus the most powerful. Intersectional feminists hijack minority issues to cover themselves in a shroud of progressivism. Remember, feminism is a hate movement and it's regressive, and thus appeal to the average liberal. Feminists control minority movements and use them as political pawns. Where are you, Mulvaney? You're a political pawn. And he gets blamed for this. Matter of fact, I'm going to prove that he gets blamed for it. Let's see. Where are you? Adam Post. Yep. Adam Post is this guy, this YouTuber. Guess what? This is what he says about Mulvaney, right?
Dylan is absolutely living the life. It doesn't matter that Dylan has cost people multiple jobs. There's been layoffs as a result of this.
Yeah, Dylan Mulvaney has cost people multiple jobs. Dylan Mulvaney, he was just hired. Where is she? This is the person who destroyed Bud Light. She's the one who caused multiple jobs. But guess what? These right-wingers, these stupid right-wingers, and Adam Post must be one, right? What do? They blame Mulvaney, and this woman who caused it, she gets to fade out in the background and probably pick up another job somewhere through quotas that, businesses have to hire her because they have to have women. She gets to fade out and Mulvaney becomes the target, right? When homophobic right-wingers go after gay men, they are in fact playing into the feminist hands because they can point at the anti-LGBT pushback as homophobia, and it drives gay men into the arms of the LGBT movement even more. That is true. Gay men will seek protection from the feminists since they have political clout. The feminists do, yeah. Gay men don't. They do not realize the feminists will offer them almost no protection and will just use them. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, I'm looking for where Mulvaney said the LGBT didn't support him. YouTube doesn't want to give it to them, but I do notice that, hey, Dylan Mulvaney escapes America to feel safe, right? So Mulvaney has to leave the country because people hate him so badly. But meanwhile, this woman, what is she afraid of? Nothing. She's not even in people's minds. She destroyed the brand, not Mulvaney. Yet, who do these stupid, cowardly right-wingers attack? They attack Mulvaney, right? right? Feminist women will tweet and hashtag kill all men, and the average right winger will not respond. They will tune the misandry out. Yes, this is a perfect blog, I'm telling you, because they are misandrist themselves, right? You hate men yourselves, buddy, right? Yet when feminists put a trans on a beer can, the right wingers have a meltdown, and then they do a successful boycott that damaged the Budweiser brand. Yeah, here's this stupid, cowardly right winger Kid Rock who shoots up the beer cans. Where was Kid Rock? You know, when all these like misandric cases, like when female reporters forced themselves into male locker rooms, he and all these right-wing males tucked their tails beneath their legs and kept their mouths shut. Right? There are countless examples of feminist misandry all over the place. Why have right-wingers only found the energy to do something about Budweiser Light? Yeah, funny about that. The reason is simple. Tradcon men hate gay men. That's right. And they want to maintain the pecking order. This is a very important one. Right-wingers are fine being conformist, power bottom bitches. I'm going to say that again. Right-wingers are fine being conformist, power bottom bitches to women and the punching bag of feminist movement, so long as gay men know their place and they are below them in the heteroconformative hierarchy. Right, exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Pro Male Collective, for saying that. Many men would rather have someone to look down on than have the status of all men improved. That's true. Right-wing men would rather rule the gutter and lord over other low-status men than be free. Yeah, this says something very embarrassing about male psychology. Men know they're beneath women. They want to be beneath women. They don't want freedom. Freedom is horseshit to men. They want other men to rule over. Of course, no man can rule the gutter. It is women who rule it. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And let me show you something, guys. Here's this quartering, and look at what he brings up. He's talking about Mulvaney getting into the, what is it? Maybelline. And here's a woman saying, hey, women have fought for years to get where we are. Women's rights are being taken aback by these men, and you support it. Please, all of us born women, let's boycott Maybelline. So when women use the words rights, they mean privileges. Because in this case, this woman is seeing a man wearing makeup as taking the rights away from women. So it's really a privilege. Wearing makeup is a privilege that only women can have, because if it was a right, then women wouldn't care that men wore makeup. Women definitely care that men are restricted from what women do. Women are the homophobes, okay? Now, before we go any further, I also want to prove, here's this World of Africa homophobia on the rise in Senegal. Let's see if there's any lesbians in it.
Or live in exile.
In Senegal, being gay means being in danger from morning to night. Anything can happen at any moment. We live with this fear, this stigmatization. I have many
Well, that sounds like a gay man. Where are the lesbians fleeing the country, right? Let's see. Oh, a bunch of men, bunch of gay men. Wow. Where are all the lesbians who no one hurts lesbians. People watch lesbian porn. Female sexuality is beloved, right? Exactly. I'll put this in the description box if you want to watch it, but because if you watch it, it's very short and it proves you don't see any women being, well, you see women against the gay men, right? Right? And they're all gay men, right? So this is homophobia is about the hatred of men. Do you understand that? Now, look, also a lot of right-wingers are teaming up with gender critical feminists, some of the worst man haters to ever exist, which is absolutely true. They are concerned trolling over trans invading women's spaces, something that no man of self-respect should give a shit about, which is true. I'm a man of self-respect. I don't give a shit if a woman has to put up with a man in the other stall. He's not going to hurt her. She's not above men. Women have been violating male spaces for decades, and the so-called gender critical turf man haters, including that is, and he's right, and that's what I mentioned before. The new wave of homophobia is gaining momentum. The gay community are not helping themselves by allied with intersectional feminists. That's what's going on. The LGBT going around trying to wind straight men up and even ally themselves with extremist man haters. These groups go around canceling men and hassling them. So a lot of men who would normally be sympathetic to the plight of gay men are getting alienated. Yes, thank you. Thank you. This is a perfect post. Exactly. And you see it, like Mulvaney is hung out to dry. Where's this disgusting? This woman, this feminist man-hater, destroyed Bud Light, and Mulvaney is the one who has to flee the country. Because Mulvaney, you're cannon fodder. The LGBT hates your guts because you were born a man. They hate trans men, they hate bi men, they hate gay men. So get out of that disgusting, separate yourself from this man-hating group of feminists if you want some kind of self-respect. Okay? Now we'll end it here.